This week in chapter 14, we discussed and went over strategies and basically just different ways to talk to various diverse groups or global audiences within a public speaking performance. One of our questions for this week was, what challenges do you see when it comes to speaking to diverse audiences? And I wrote a couple things down. My first one was paralanguage, and that's basically summed up to be the voice, your voice volume, how loud you talk, the pitch, if it's going from low to high. And I think that's something that can be very challenging. For myself personally, I know it will be challenging because I feel like I tend to go through high and lows of the pitches when I'm speaking. And I just feel like that's something, the volume of our voice, I feel like that's something that not just me, but I feel like my classmates might have trouble doing as well. Not saying that we can't improve on that easily, but it's just something that I feel like happens whenever we get nervous, which is totally fine. Like I said, it's something we improve on, but that is one challenge that I feel like will get all of us up in a wrap. A second challenge are visual aids. Visual aids are there to basically help illustrate the speaker's idea, to help bring imaginative, like visual ideas to the audience about the topic you're speaking of. And I feel like this can be a challenge just because you have to be very mindful, again, of the respect and sensitivity of the audience. You do not want to offend anybody with any photos or examples of what your visual aids are for your topic. So that is just something that I feel like you just will need to do really, you need to be really in depth about and make sure that it refers exactly to what you're talking about. You don't want to have a picture up there that could have a whole different meaning. So make sure that you're really specific on the visual aids. And another challenge that I feel like is gonna be hard for us to do is gonna be the use of sensitivity and respect. And not so much that none of us, I'm not trying to say that we do not have respect, because from what I have seen, all of us have respect and sensitivity to one another. But it is something that you just want to be careful, because you want the words that you use, you want to reflect that you're being respectful towards anybody that doesn't believe or doesn't see life and values the same way that you do. So yes, that's another challenge that I think will happen. And the second question we had for this chapter was, what information do we think is important from this chapter? And I kind of summed it up really just, it's really based on being careful on the words that you use. I mean, that's basically what the whole chapter sums up to, is the way that you deliver those speeches. And communication styles is one, because not everybody takes the same phrases or words the same way you do. As the chapter included, words can mean very different things to various people, and you want to consider the type of group that you have or the audience that you're going to be speaking to make sure that you don't offend anybody. Like I said, and not everybody's style is the same as other people's from different groups. And you also just want to avoid using any words in your speeches that may include stereotypes or racist slurs. Because obviously, if you're getting offended within an audience, if you're getting offended by what the speaker is saying, you're going to lose interest like that, and you already lost your audience from the get-go. So you definitely want to avoid those things.